Oh, are we live? We are live. Hello, people. Hello, good people of YouTube. We are on YouTube. Awesome. Happy apocalypse. Hope you're all doing well out there. Going to join me and the fellow whiskey and birds and having a drink. And yeah, I'm going to do some poems for you today. So I don't really know which poems I'm going to do, because I'm a professional. I've got a right mix of kind of sad and silly ones. And I think I'm going to do some more kind of more spoken word pieces. I've got 3 books. The first one was like pretty much poetry and very depressing. And then the second one is basically spoken word pieces. And the third one is a bit of a mix. So yeah, most of these are done before the apocalypse, which gives them, I don't know, different meaning, I think now. So this is called One Size Fits All. One size fits all, they say, no matter the size and or shape. Sure, you can order a different shade, but the concept stays the same. Born, educate, work, die, live outside the hours of 9 to 5, preferably numb by tight white teeth TV. Watch the news and be glad it's not you. It'd be selfish to be sad with all the advantages you have. Feeling stressed, grab a pen, sit back, thinking through, your mind goes blank. Ignore the darkness, the itch that something's not right. Don't fight, submit. There's superstores with superstores full of shit. Fill your trolley, this is it. Bags for a life of manufactured success, except who wrote the script? The same people that try to distract us with immigrants, war and Brexit, that pit us against each other, limiting resources to make us competitive. The same greed profit-making machine cranked up on speed, churning out shit we can't afford and shit we don't need. One size fits all, they say. Any size and or shape. Just stay busy. For the love of God, stay busy. Live life in a 4K 100 megabyte high-speed train. Drain every single last atom of energy. Extract every last ounce of hope. Then go to them and say you can't cope. Realize the enormous scope of your best is the punchline. A multi-choice questionnaire has been presented as life is all lies. The system is designed to keep us barely living, not to enable us to thrive. Minimum wage for a minimum life. If you question it, they say you're not right. Medicating an entire nation of sick souls to keep them from searching for what it is they know deep down exists. Popping pills to numb the crisis. Don't keep calm. Fucking panic. Your depression, your anxiety is valid. It's our environment that's sick. Void of community connection and purpose, ruled by greedy, intolerant wankers, the same powers that give zero fucks about the poor, the homeless, the addicts. The most vulnerable in our society are portrayed as degenerates, when really they are the victims of a system of profit. One size fits all, they say. Hurry, hurry. For the price of a life, you can buy yours today. Yeah, that's one size fits all. The line about the superstores being full of shit. I mean, they're not now, but we are. Right, I've just got like a spread of poems all along my desk and around my room. So I'm just gonna kind of like hone in on whichever one I can find. So yeah, all right, I'll do this one. This is called Live, and it's about trying to be better and mostly failing, but that's okay. I'm trying my best, but it's never enough. I'm living in fear instead of love. I push people away when I need them the most. I desire connection, but don't want to get close. I believe in community, but always feel alone. I live in a house but really feel at home. There's a sadness in me that I can't seem to shake. I'm full of potential, but keep making the same mistakes. I want to confront the pain, but I don't want to feel. I want to be better, but I won't allow myself to heal. And maybe it's guilt, and maybe it's shame, and maybe chaos feels better than change. Maybe it's ignorance. I've convinced myself I'm fine. Denial is a type of hope that gets stronger with time. But the break inevitably comes. The brain cannot take the stress of you telling it everything's fine when really your life's a mess. It goes on strike. The world crumbles at your very feet. It takes a different kind of strength to admit you're weak. The world now empty, you have to rebuild. Starting in your heart, the void to be filled. To face your flesh and flaws with love. Give time to understand. Clear your world of all that distracts and offer to hold fear's hand. Breathing fuller from within now. An inner calm takes hold. You are, and always have been, the architect of your life, your mind, your soul. Nothing will be perfect, because nothing ever is. It will be hard work, but you can learn to live. There you go. Still get anxious, even doing online stuff. It's ridiculous. Right. This is kind of sad given the context. So this is from a bright yellow book called No Word Left Unspoken. You can find it on Amazon. I've reduced it to like cost price at the moment, just because we're all bored. So if you want something to read, you can go and get that for like £3 or something. So this one's about nights out, which, you know, definitely missing. It's for nights like these that living is the prize, where inhibitions fall with each cocktail, beer or shot, all defences forgot. We are children again, abstract limbs and dancing rhythms. It's a night of no fucks given, or given if you like. Let's get naked and fuck till sunrise. Let's go to the park and drink red wine. Don't worry about anything. Everything right now is fine. We're in the moment, well and truly. Belly laughs and karaoke. We've let go and we're in love with everything and everyone. Drinks spill as we spill our secrets. The antidote to life is living. That song comes on and we lose our shit. Get on the dance floor and get lost in it. Sarah's lost her coat, but she says it doesn't matter. Who needs things when we've got each other? Jamie falls to the floor, ends up in a pool of cider. We'd love to help him if we could just stop crying with laughter. It's getting pretty messy now. Robert's snogging Susan. Susan's snogging everyone, and somehow we've acquired bruises. Things are getting pretty incoherent. We've surpassed the need for language, just whoops and wails and love and laughter. We go to the 24-hour. We're not sure why. We're already clearly wankered, but Susan wants more wine. We stumble to McDonald's next to soak up all the booze. Susan's struggling in her heels. I've taken off my shoes. The automatic doors open and we do our best to appear sober, but we failed the test. Jamie can't remember how to say cheeseburger. And Robert's about to hurl. Accompanied by the classical music, the scene becomes quite surreal. We all look at each other and give a knowing nod. It's 4:30 a.m. and we've shown the world who's boss. We all disperse in different directions, wander home filled with memories and affection, face palm down onto our beds, bodies exhausted. Don't worry about the hangover. We'll deal with that in the morning. McDonald's and hangovers. We've got plenty of hangovers, just no McDonald's. So that's a bit of a bastard. I only have McDonald's when I'm drunk anyway, so it's fine. All right, I feel like I should probably read the poem about being sober. Yeah, I'll do that one. I have become a stranger to myself. Drunk me is who I think I am. Loud, partying. But in the search for freedom, I have become imprisoned. I wanted the truth, and now I've got it. My name is Gemma, and I'm an alcoholic. I spend my time either drunk, hungover, or impatient, just waiting to hold ice-cold instant gratification in my grasp, reaching, clutching, tunnel vision. I'm not addicted to alcohol, I'm addicted to escapism, to running, to laughter, to fun. I'm addicted to the person I become when drunk. She isn't depressed or lacking in confidence. She doesn't have any problems, apart from when they call last orders. I've become someone who can't bear to be alone with her thoughts, who can't bear to be bored, who always wants more, always avoiding the short straw by downing the drinking one. Distraction has been my reaction to pain. I've become nothing more than a cheap cliche, a pissed up poet with anxiety and depression. Jesus, how fucking creative. If it's not alcohol, it's takeaways or coffee or cigarettes or sex, anything to offer some small relief, some comfort. But if I take all that away, what's left? Will the life and soul return to where it's meant, or will it stay at the party? And what's the point to life without fun anyway? But what good is fun if you're a blackout drunk, if you don't even know how you got home or to whom you spoke, entire nights forgotten, the hangover, fun's only echo. Well, apart from that cringeworthy Facebook status and those illiterate text messages, the stranger in your bed, the empty bank balance, wondering where you left your self-respect, the bruises on your legs and the pain in your kidneys, yesterday's makeup smudged across the bed sheets, needing to piss but not being able, your hand shaking as you sip your coffee at the breakfast table. Say breakfast, it's actually late afternoon. And nausea means you can't bear to look at food, but that's all right because you know soon the evening will quickly return. And you can stave off the hangover by doing it all over again. I never seem to learn. This all just kind of crept up on me and became the norm. But it's getting worse. And I know I need to stop. Sobriety sounds boring as fuck, but I'm willing to give it a shot. So, cheers to that. In all fairness, I think the entire nation is a collective alcoholic right now, so I'm not going to beat myself up about it. And, you know, I'm not having Jaegers, so basically it's fine. Okay, I'm doing a lot from this book, but yeah, fuck it, I'll just keep going with this. Okay, so this is about the mental health system, and it basically doesn't exist really, especially now. We're definitely all going to need it a lot more when this is over, but we'll see. just another victim of the mental health system, or lack thereof, systematically denied the help that he is in desperate need of. He goes to the doctor. She shrugs, tells him there's been a lot of cuts. The waiting list for a therapist is at least 12 months, an amount of time beyond his comprehension, considering each current day feels like an entire abyss. He refuses to quit. And yes, at times he gets too close to the edge, but that little remaining light left inside of him always whispers, don't do it. And so he sits, unknown of the answer, unsure of the question, lost in the searching. The help he so desperately needs constantly denied him. Frustrated to be just another victim of the underfunded, undereducated mental health system. Somehow managed to miss half of that poem. It might have something to do with beer, I'm not sure. So, yeah, should probably do a chirpy one, but I don't know if I've got any chirpy ones. I have. Okay, I think we'll. I'll do one more depressing one, and then we'll move on from this book. I don't actually know how long I've been chatting for, so just cut me off, Connor, when it's time. This is called The Man of Violence. The man of violence is not who you'd think. He is calm, polite, considerate, sweet. Says all the right things, then flips in an instant. Quicker than a blink, his pupils constrict, two tiny pins, concentrated on nothing but pure hatred. He becomes cold, calculated. His stare breathes an eerie silence. This is not the man you know. This is the man of violence. And as you witness the way he launches plates and fists, you feel a sickness in the pit of your chest. It's like he's possessed. And you stare hard into those dead, cold eyes, and you know he's somewhere there inside, looking at the fear upon your face. He feels shame. He feels disgrace. And he knows he's lost you for the final time. You forgave and forgave, but not this time. And as he sits there alone in the aftermath, the silence, he looks into the broken mirror and knows he is the man of violence. But with a quick flick of the hair and a readjustment of his jacket, he composes himself and leaves the house calm and collected. No one will suspect. No one will believe. They'll see him as a good man. The good man he knows he'll never be. So that's some from that one, the big yellow book. First one's the black book, second one's the big yellow book, and third one hasn't really been printed yet, but it is available through a direct link as a PDF for free at the moment. So that's about somewhere on the internet. Connor, could I have a little like thumbs up or just like sign of life from you, just so that I know I haven't the internet quite out? Yeah, thanks, Connor. You're a star. Cool. All right, so I will move on to casual sex as a coping mechanism. Sex is a synonym for love, or so I thought. I mean, how can such bliss be birthed without feeling? It feels like freedom. My brain flooded with oxytocin, can't think, the loop is broken. At peace, such ease, fingertips trace a long curvature of skin. Alone, I'm in hell. Right now, I'm in heaven. Your pleasure is mine. We rip holes in the fabric of time, and I don't give a shit about the electric bill, the people to ring, and the forms to fill. I'm filled with a heavy, expanding bliss. His or her kiss silences everything. Like walking down a busy high street and finding a secret garden. I step inside and breathe a reprieve from routine and boredom. And it comes back to that same word again. Freedom. I'm not talking about mindless fucking, I'm talking about connection. And no, that doesn't necessarily mean love. Well, kind of. But not the kind they show in films where you get married, settle down, the kind where you respect a soul for its flaws and its beauty, its pain and its kindness, its humanity, I guess. A pain that acknowledges how fucking hard this all is and how sometimes you just need to fuck away the sadness, reset, recalibrate, pause and take the pain away, wait the next day, shower, no shame, reframe your existence. Fill in the forms. Pay the electric. No need for freedom. You've got this. Yeah. Alright, let me get rid of this one. Throw poetry all over my room. Starting to feel like writing more lately. Obviously with everything going on, there's a lot of inspiration out there. But I think my brain hasn't processed a lot of what's happening. So it's kind of, I'm going to be playing catch up, I think, for a little while. I think you need to be able to get some distance from the situation before you can actually process it and start putting it together. And I think that's what this whole situation that's going on at the moment, that's what will probably happen, is maybe in a month or so I'll be able to reflect a lot more and look back on it. But at the moment I'm just getting drunk and watching crap. So so there's a few kind of like poetic prose kind of pieces, ramblings in the book, and I do actually prefer writing more kind of prose pieces. Big fan of the Beat Gen poets and writers, sort of stream consciousness stuff, and now and again I write a couple of pieces, and this is called A Letter to Fear. You are a constant, a companion, and I know you mean well, sending my body into a vault at the very hint of danger, physical or emotional. But you have to stop. I cannot live like this. We cannot be contained in a bubble. Yes, it is safe, predictable, but I am not alive when I am with you. We have so much to see and experience. I beg of you, be brave enough to embrace the entire spectrum that life has to offer. All of it. The pain, trauma, and tragedy. Make space in your heart for pain, but rename it growth. Wrap your arms around hurt and understand it, because that's where true love lives. Love of everything. There is an entire universe out there waiting for you, expansive, incredible, and broken. And your soul yearns to touch it all. Love is your soulmate. She will teach you well. She soars across skies and climbs mountains without the need to name them. She will mirror you. You will face yourself in her reflection, and you will either learn to love yourself or you will revolt at the sight. Turning your eyes to the next lesson, and you will circle yourself forever and wonder why you are unhappy. Exhale, my dear, and surrender yourself. The worst that can happen is pain, and pain is growth. Can I have a little, let me know how long I've got, Connor, because I don't want to bumble on forever. I don't know how long I've been going for. As long as you want. Be careful what you wish for, Connor. Be careful what you wish for. Okay, this is a poem that I haven't really named. I keep renaming it. And this is before the apocalypse, and it was about trying to make changes, trying to create change, and getting really frustrated at how to do that. Because I think there's ways that you can try and change things, but sometimes you make them worse. And yeah, so it's about where our true kind of freedom lies and how we make change. Obviously now, kind of in this situation, we have had huge change, and now it's kind of seeing where that goes and what comes with it. I'm trying to build movement within a structured system, and I see glimpses when the mass forge behind a concept. But that's the problem, isn't it? That they forge behind and not with. We're so used to hierarchy, abandoning our power to a force more important. We want freedom, but we're scared of it. We're standing at the outer edges of the box, screaming in revolt at the sight of it. Gaslighted by government. Anger is marketed as weakness. They attach shame to passion to try to diffuse it. We're systematically confined by a designed system, a flawed system, a false system. And I'm not even sure that there are any winners. Because yes, the 2% get the money and the power, but do they get happiness? They float to the top like the scum of a stew, but we're the flavour. Cheaper cuts needing time to develop. And I want you to close your eyes for just a second. Breathe in, and as you exhale, breathe out money and rent and bills and mortgage. These are all concepts that we've taken as given. They are not as real as you feel in this moment, or as real as love makes you feel. And I'm not necessarily talking about the romantic kind, although that works. I'm talking true, unconditional, compassionate love, love that surpasses her. Connection, knowing you're not alone in your emotions. Kindness and generosity, creating something through curiosity, self-love. Being able to listen and receive what your soul needs, and that's it, isn't it? That innate feeling, that ever intense noise that's hard to extinguish, that noise that gets louder the more you listen to it. That voice. Isn't that our freedom? Not idols or leaders. We all have a force stronger than any government within us, sitting within us, silent within us. We don't need a revolution, we need a latitude of awareness. Stir the stew of the soul, let's merge like ingredients to the whole together. Serve up dinner, a banquet, where each person eats just what they need, no more, no less, nourished. Step off the conveyor belt and join us. Make art, make mistakes, embrace life. Dissolve hate, play, but work hard at what you're passionate about. And if you haven't discovered your passion yet, have fun finding out. Let go of self-doubt and acknowledge your worth. Look around and see the incredible beauty of this earth and the beauty in each other. Each complex mess of flesh and matter, you matter. No matter your faults or flaws, and no system or law can take what's yours, your power, to create movement. Let's move together. I haven't actually performed really in quite a long time. I can't remember the last time. And I used to kind of like memorize all my stuff and get really annoyed if I couldn't remember it all. It's just been so long now that I like to have the paper as a nice little backup, because I did a little slam last year, I think it was, and me being like, oh, I'm not gonna have paper. I don't mind when other people use paper, I'm just hard on myself. And I ended up fucking it up and forgetting like half the poem. So I always have paper now as a backup, just in case. Okay, I'm not going to do too many more. Let's have a little look, see what we got. Okay. Right, I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to do one called Departure. And this is in the new book, The Angel in Yellow Wellies. I should probably explain the title really of that. When I was about like, it's not that interesting, but like when I was about like three or four, I was like a proper little chubby little kid, and we did a Christmas play, and I was an angel in it, and my mum didn't bring my change of shoes, and so I just had my yellow wellies, and so it was in the paper. They snapped a picture of me on a stool, just these chubby little legs and yellow wellies, and I thought that's kind of my first performance, I guess. So, and it's also part of the book is trying to find that kid, I guess, again, and try and reconnect with the person that I am. Very deep, poets. So yeah, this third book is kind of a mix of working out who I am, and yeah, it's a bit of a mish. But within that scope, there are poems about relationships and love and all that malarkey, because I think that is it's through relationships that we really do find who we are. And yeah, something like a bit of heartbreak to make you search your soul. So this is called Departure. Rose petals strewn on the bus station floor without explanation. This time yesterday, I bumped into you outside the train station. Fate delayed your journey. You apologized for hurting me. All I could do was hug you. I could not speak. Your energy broke me, tear on cheek. I walked away, started to shake. Now you're 1,843 miles away. Your absence is a palpable presence surrounding me. Fate unknown, future unseen. I only love those that I know will leave. I feel like I should read the most recent one that I actually have written about the apocalypse, but I don't know if I like it. So I don't know if I agree with it anymore. Kind of life keeps changing day to day, and the way I feel about all this stuff's changing. I'm mostly all right, I think. But I'm not sure if I agree with some of the statements in it anymore, so it's just going. But I'll leave you on hope. I hope you fuck up, and I hope you love when fear tells you not to. I hope you choose your own path, one littered with sadness and devastation. I hope life isn't anything like you envisioned. I hope you break hearts and have yours broken. I hope life brings you to the brink of what you think you can cope with, and yet somehow find you have the strength to stay alive until the next sunrise. I hope. I hope you fuck up. Like, really fuck up. Again and again. I hope you're let down by lovers and friends. I hope death knocks at your door and grief brings you to your knees. And I hope in time you find yourself again able to breathe. I hope one day you can speak out loud what now brings you to tears, and through the years I hope you grow. Softer and stronger with every blow. Compassionate and full of hope. Making laughter and wisdom out of tornadoes. I hope. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you're all doing okay. Huge thank you to Connor and Alex and everyone at Whiskey and Beards for putting on this mammoth digital poetry festival. You guys are absolutely crackers, but I love it. And here's to having a drink when I can see you in the good old real world. So yeah, thanks guys. Bye.